Bible, Jesus made a living expanding people's truths. Like there's this one time where there's this prostitute, and she gets so moved by the compassion of Jesus that she kneels down and washes his feet with her hair. Remember that? And Jesus says, that's it. All your sins are now forgiven. Is Jesus allowed to do that? Can you declare someone's sins forgiven without a sacrifice? Are you allowed to get saved? Is your response to Jesus, are you allowed to respond to Jesus by washing his feet with your hair? Is that allowed? And aren't you glad that's not the prescription? Can you imagine meeting her one day? And we'll use Bruno's example because he's awesome. If Bruno meets her one day and she says, hey, how did you meet the risen Christ? And Bruno says, oh man, I went to this church service and this guy preached a great message and God was just speaking to my heart. My heart was pounding out my chest. And at the end, I got to respond and I asked Jesus in my heart and it changed my life forever. How would Bruno feel if she went, what? You didn't wash his feet with your hair? No, I'm in, you're out, I'm right, you're wrong. I mean, with respect to Bruno, for him to wash Jesus' feet with his hair, he'd have to be turned upside down and use like a buffer. Right? So the truth in Jesus' day was you have to have a sacrifice to be forgiven. Then Jesus comes along and says, she washed my feet with her hair. Good enough. And so if your faith was defined by being right, you can't accept that. If your faith is defined by truth, which is expandable and stretchable, and you can put another room on the house, then you put yourself in a situation to be mutually edified and grow and change and be a part of what God's doing in the whole world. And so essentially that's the difference between truth and being right. They're interconnected, but the motive is the issue. One edifies, the other tears down. One unites, the other divides. One expands you, the other constricts you. If your faith is defined by rightness, even if someone comes up with something that's true, if it's not a part of the truth you already know, you'll resist it because it can't be true.